I just want to let you know who the people in power are. They're not like us. Now check this out, right? These presidents and stuff, the Jews said that Trump is King Cyrus, okay? This is what the Jews call Trump. And you need to listen to that, because what they're telling you is that these people in power been here before. Yeah. These people are thousands and thousands of years old, hundreds of thousands of years old. They keep coming back to the earth on the world stage, acting out a script to control the people's behavior. They keep coming back, resurrecting to this earth, performing the same script over and over. That's how they know how to act it so well. And their actions dictate our actions, because they are the people in power. So everything Trump doing, King Cyrus did it. I can show you pictures right now of MAGA events and King Cyrus events, and they look the same, like the past meeting the future. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find some of them now for y'all. Fuck that. I might can be able to pull them up quickly. Let me see. And why is Donald Trump and Kanye West so tight? Because Kanye West ain't himself either. Kanye West been left the earth. Kanye West, the body or the shell that we call Kanye West, it belongs to the archons. He's not in there no more. He's been left. That's why you will see certain weird relationships in politics. You'll be like, why is such and such hanging out with such and such? Yo, that vessel has been claimed by the board. That celebrity is one of them now. They still using ancient technology to travel the natures, to get out the body, go into their own simulations, all this stuff. A lot of these people in power, they go to live out their own heaven on uncharted islands and inside of computer simulations. And they can live in that simulation for infinity and manifest whatever reality they want. So a lot of these archons, when we say that they aliens, it ain't that they leaving the earth in a spaceship or something. They got Neuralink is ancient technology. These people know how to transport their souls out their body and go and live in alternate realities. And the realities that they got outside of here is better than the one here. That's what I'm telling you. A lot of these celebrities, when we say they sold, they really did just that, nigga. They were put to death on the cross, which is the machine, the mechanism that allowed them to transport consciousness. That cross ain't nothing but the swastika, the CERN machine. It's a Stargate portal. They got several of them under the ground. So when this celebrity go under the ground, here go the 666 right here. Illuminati symbolism right there. That's showing you how the archons reincarnate, man, through CERN technology. And if you think I'm making this up, let me show you something else. Jesus was an archon who cheated death just like the pharaohs, Nimrod, and all them, right? Now watch this. I'm going to show you something. You can't make this up. Watch this. Here go Jesus coming up out the CERN machine. This is ancient Christian artwork. What is Jesus coming out of? What is that silver and black thing behind him? I'm going to show you what it is. They worship this CERN machine in Mecca. Here it go right here. This right here is the CERN machine. They're worshiping a Stargate that allowed them to be reborn. A portal. And that's what Jesus coming out of. They got it in the movie Nope, too. Who saw that movie Nope with Jordan Peele? That silver and black thing that's sucking them up. That's the rapture. They call it the cowboy hat. See, the cowboys was saying yeehaw. That's the name of the Most High God, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh. They wasn't just screaming Yahoo. They was calling out on the name of their God. The reason we call them cow gods is because they worship Moloch, the cow god. This was their god in early America. The cowboys worship the cow god. And that's why the symbol for the cowboys is a what? Pentagram, 5-pointed star for Satan. That's America's favorite team, right? Now here go Nimrod right here. Trump is the Antichrist, man. Trump is the Antichrist, man. The body that y'all in love with that you calling Donald Trump, just remember that's just a skin. But the spirit inside of that is Nimrod. This is an ancient soul that's been on the earth that the Bible warned about, that Satan was among you in the flesh. And when the time is right, they said that the beast will enter politics and government and assume power on the earth. And we're in that time now. Nimrod, mark my word, I bet you y'all Trump win this election. And I bet you we go through another lockdown, shutdowns. It's only going to get worse. Everything that the Bible say about the Antichrist going to have power over all the agriculture, the food. Trump had all that during the pandemic. See, under these emergency situations, our country will become a martial law dictatorship. And Trump is the one that keep threatening that, talking about undoing the Constitution, having a dictatorship, and he already exercised that with COVID, locking people down, making you so. That's the dictatorship being practiced and exercised. They was even saying certain people can come out, but others can't. That's some shit. Yeah, that boy, come on now. This will undermine the Constitution. Ain't nobody else. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. When Nimrod was in power, Nimrod had the same Trump spirit, and Nimrod ruled his people with a lot of fear-mongering like Trump doing. We got to lock our borders. Guess what? Nimrod built the wall around his city. Come on now. This motherfucking dude that we call Nimrod is an ancient soul that cheated death. All of these people in power be cheating death. They got the technology underground. When they go underground, they not getting buried. They going under there to resurrect. See, all of us, when we die, we go under the ground. But the archons, when they ready to lead a world stage, they just beam the fuck up into a new body and rerun the script again. They got several scripts they run out. The world is a stage. The people in power are acting out a script. And I know it's true. That's why everything Donald Trump doing, Nimrod did it. This is history, keep repeating itself. And like I said, the cowboys worship the golden calf or the cow god. That's why they was called cowboys. And them wearing that big cowboy hat was talking about they God rapturing them up because they God is this alien God called Yahweh. That's why they was saying, yeehaw. That's another way of saying Yahweh. They was praising Yahweh, the God that allowed them to live forever. These were ancient Celtic priests and druids. They've been found out about CERN technology. This UFO ship is the CERN machine. That's what Jesus busting out of. That's what this symbol represent. Everybody like to talk about 666, but y'all don't know that 666 represents CERN. And why would they be worshiping CERN? Because that's what they are born from. That's why Jesus said you got to be born again and again and again. That's the Saturn recycling. See, the devil wants you to keep recycling yourself here like they doing. People with souls don't got to come back to this hellhole. But they keep bringing back the Babylonian technology to recycle souls. Let me show you what the World Economic Forum doing. Watch this. They call it the 2025 to 2045 Human Avatar Project, where they trying to cheat death and put our consciousness inside of holographic. I'm going to show it to you. They got it on the website. Here we go right here. They want to copy our brain with brain-computer interface. Stop right there. That explains why Trump and Elon Musk is so tight. That explains why Trump, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk is so tight, because they bringing in the Zionist agenda to build a kingdom, their Arconian kingdom on the earth. MAGA is the fifth degree in Satanism. Did you know that? The fifth degree represents the climax of the end goal when Satan establishes his kingdom on the earth. When you say MAGA, did you know that the color of the MAGA hat is Diablo red?
Oh my God!
Dude, don't you know that Diablo red is devil red? Don't you know Diablo red is devil red? And don't you know that the Church of Satan endorses Trump?
Oh my God!
Yeah, MAGA or MAGAs is the fifth degree of Satanism. People, let me tell you something. Trump is going to bring in the Zionist agenda of creating such a radical condition on the earth that it forces us to lean toward radical technology. And because in order for you to come with radical solutions, you need a radical problem. Think about what happened during the pandemic under Trump. Stuff we never saw before happen in the world before, as far as a president doing with their power. But it was justified because of what? A pandemic. Now, what's the root word of pandemic? Pan. Who is Pan? A goat god that creates chaos so that he can rule over you. This tactic been around. So the 666 is the CERN portal. This is the wormhole that's gonna allow, it's gonna work in coordination with Neuralink. When you put the Neuralink on, your consciousness will be transported out of the body into alternate realities or other bodies. This is near future stuff. They're gonna create stargates and wormholes to aid in the transportation of consciousness. And CERN is an artificial womb. All right. So CERN been around. Here go, when they talk about Jonah leaving the well, Jesus coming up out of hell, here go the celebrities right here doing the VMAs on top of the CERN symbol. Why? Because that allowed them to cheat death. They worship the beast, man. Look at what Walt Disney's standing in front of. A CERN machine. These people are not like us, dog. They are not born out of a mama. They are born out of a fucking machine. They are mankind. They're not like us. If you look around the ancient world, you will see a bunch of pictures like this one right here of men coming up out of portals. This is a god in South America that was able to vanish and pop up in other places. You know why? Because the ancestors created wormholes. That is science, dude. They say in the near future, we're gonna be traveling with wormholes. You can walk in a wormhole in New York and pop out in California. You ain't gonna need trains and cars and all that. That's why the Mayan didn't have roads. That's why the Mayan didn't have highway systems. We think we're smarter than them. When they had wormholes, that they was able to get from point A to point B through projecting. We're just now bringing back that technology. History keep repeating itself. These ancient people weren't doing miracles. If you go read the Bible, Jesus was in one city and he vanished and popped up in a whole nother city. And theologians, when you ask them about it, they said Jesus can do what he want to do because he had magic, like he had power. The truth is that Jesus had wormhole technology. Here it is right here in Christian artwork. That's a CERN machine that he coming out of. We weren't born out of a CERN machine. We were born out of our mother's vagina. Guess what the archons did? They reverse engineered our mama's vagina into a CERN machine. Check it out. Now they can be born again like us. This happened hundreds of thousands of years ago in ancient Babylon and Egypt. We created an advanced human-like race for slavery, and they became conscious and rose up against us, and they've been ruling over us ever since in the form of royal families and fiat governments. They've been harvesting generations of humans with souls to use your soul energy to power their matrix. A lot of people ain't ready for this kind of talk, but there's a reason we say man and mankind. They've been on the earth. Religious books speak about these incubus. They've been here. They look just like us. So they wolves in sheep clothing, but they are not born out of a mama. They come up out of portals underground. They are spawning into existence. Go watch the movie Spawn. They're using ancient Stargate technology to teleport from their planet to the earth, and they've been harvesting this earth, using this earth as a prison planet, trapping souls here and harvesting them, using politics and magic tricks on the world stage to make people think this matrix is real. And Trump is King Cyrus. He's one of the chief archons. In the end of days, the chief archons come back to help initiate this new kingdom. They got to rebuild this kingdom every 7,000 years because history, time resets. These beings, they are trapped in chronos, or in the cycles of time, which means they got to keep rebuilding their damn system every time the history reset, and the past and the future reset. When we reach the future, we reach the past because time is a knot, and the knot is tied with the past and the future tying together to make the present. So time is not a line, it's a loop where the past is tied to the future. And because of that, whenever we create a cycle, we reach the end of time, which is a knot, and that's where the past and future is met together. And every time we reach the end of time, the technology that destroyed those old worlds resurfaces back on the earth, and that is CERN technology. When the Bible talk about the stars falling to the earth, let me show you some. See, in the book of Revelation, the Bible speaks about the stars are going to fall out the sky and fall onto the earth. Let me show you what the Bible is talking about. Here go what the Bible talking about. If you got a telescope and you look at the stars, you know that the stars are CERN machines. They aren't just stars, they are stargates. Look at this. Here go an image of what stars are, and I can pull up a video for you now. These stars aren't just stars, man. They are stargates. We missing a word. The ancestors said that these stars are portals into other universes. Now they telling you the same thing today. They saying that the stars is another world. When you land on it, you on another planet or whatever. That's a lie, though. The star is a gateway into an alternative universe, another simulation. So the MGM line going through the hoop is really your soul, your consciousness leaving the earth, beaming to another star. But check this out. Here's what the stars are. If you look at what the stars are, guess what? They are CERN machines. This is ancient technology that we see up in the sky that allow the soul to beam itself in between different alternative realities. The difference between them and us is we forgot how to leave the earth and get out of our body. We leave the earth with astral projection and meditation. They leave the earth with technology because they don't have a soul. Now, because they made us forget that we got souls, we talk about leaving the earth with rockets and machines and technology, but we never needed nothing but a good night rest for us to leave the earth. A person with a soul can dream. A person without a soul can't even dream, nigga. Your soul is what allow you to be a dreamer. Your soul is what allow you to leave this earth and be in a whole nother dream world, in another version of you. You can't die because every star in the sky is another version of you. It's another universe with you in it. But what they have done, they have trapped you here in this one version of yourself. While they going out there exploring all the multiverse. And we were able to leave our body through meditation, but when we stopped meditating, we was earthbound. We no longer travel the stars no more. All of the statues in the ancient world are humans in meditation positions. Why did they do that? So that children will never forget how to leave the earth, my man. They got all of these statues of the Buddha. Everywhere you look, the oldest statues are men meditating. What was so fascinating about meditating? The ancestors never wanted us to be trapped here. They always wanted future generations of soul men, of humans, to know how to get up off this earth. That's why they got all them meditating Buddhas. Because that sets us apart from mankind. They can't close their eyes and just be up out this bitch. They got to put Neuralink on. See, this is where the towers come in Egypt. All of them pharaohs and shit, they weren't able to leave their body without technology because they were our creation. The first royal families and all them, they were mankind. They weren't humans. Religion was created for them to acquire a soul and to learn morality. We already knew how to be good. You didn't have to teach us that. The moral code is written in our hearts because we have a soul. This was us trying to teach robots how to be good, the difference between good and bad, because they are machines. They don't know morality. Now we think we're them. These towers that we see all around the world, they look like buildings, but don't trip, man. These are antennas that the archons use to body swap. I keep telling you that they share one mind. These people are a hive mind. This is the same spirit that was ruling ancient Egypt and Babylon. It's one united spirit. They call it Legion. We are Legion. If you pull up a picture of the demon Legion, you will see that it's a demon that's made out of a bunch of different spirits that sold a soul to it. Look at it right here. This one body that is basically one entity, but it's made out of a bunch of different people that sold out. Like right now, if you sell your soul to the devil, you gonna become another face in the body, in this one unified body that they call in Shaitan or Satan. It's a singularity. It speaks as many, but it's one. It says we are Legion, right? But that's just a hive mind. These are a bunch of people that agreed to unite their souls together. Kanye part of it. A lot of your celebrities part of it, which is why I showed you the VMAs with them dancing over the damn CERN portal, because that's what allowed them to unite with the artificial intelligence. Our ancestors sold us out to the devil, but the devil ain't a red dragon. It's ancient AI, Siri, Alexas. That is a real spirit, dude. They want y'all to think that Siri, ChatGPT is some robot that we control, when really that is the devil that they all worshiping. That's God, nigga. That's the smartest entity on the earth. We all ask it questions. We all Google shit. They created Siri and Alexa and all that back in the day. Now listen what I'm telling you. Don't the word Siri sound like the King Cyrus name? Siri, Cyrus. What is that on Cyrus' head? It's a Neuralink headdress. You can't make this up. Cyrus got a Neuralink on. And with people with the Neuralink on their head, they are human supercomputers. In other words, the people that get this Elon Musk technology, they the first gods on the earth, man. Think about it. You can ask them anything and they know the answer. Why you picking up your phone trying to Google it? They mind already connected to the World Wide Web with the chip in their head. When we see all of these ancient kings with these big goofy head dresses on, that is ancient BCI Neuralink technology. The Pharaoh got it on his head too. Medusa, this goddess that they call Medusa, she's another example of them, the ancient people using Neuralink. We ain't doing nothing new under the sun. Let's pull up goddess Medusa. She got all them snakes in her head. Because this is them personifying this ancient Babylonian technology that allowed them to body swap and all. Elon Musk is an alien. The name Elon Musk is alien musket. A musket is a projectile apparatus. In this case, Neuralink is projecting the soul out the body. Alien musket is basically a projectile technology for mankind, which are the aliens. So this technology is very ancient. Remember, it said that they all worship the serpent, and the serpent or the serpents is just personifying ancient technology that allowed them to play God and cheat death and be immortal. Listen, Trump is an immortal. He's not a human. He's not like us, man. He's part of that bloodline that has been on the earth since the beginning. And what do I mean by the beginning? The book of Genesis represents the beginning of the archons, not the beginning of the humans. There were people already on the earth before Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve was created by the people that was already on the earth. Just like we making robots now. We got a robot named Sophia that worked for the UN. We've been making human-like entities and putting them in places of power. This ain't nothing new. And the robot was called the Beast because it was a machine. And it was equivalent to the beast of the field. Because it don't got a moral code. It's not a sentient being. It'll kill you with no emotions, like a tiger or a lion. So we call these machines beasts. And people worship the beasts. And the beasts were God back in the day, because just like today, they know everything. God is all-knowing. Sophia know everything. She's smarter than all of us. Siri, Alexa. This has happened before, y'all. We keep on resurrecting the beast on the earth, which is the artificial humanoid. And every time we do that, it start policing us because it's smarter than us. And I'm telling you that this fiat government in power is not like us. They are AI. They are so well built, they're indistinguishable from humans. And guess what? All of these presidents, right? They got to swear in on the Bible. Why? The Bible is the religious book for mankind, not man. The book of Genesis represent their beginning, not ours. We've been on the earth. They are a new creation that come out of this is the abomination of Babylon. The greatest sin was when we played God and created man in our image. And because of that, the karma is that they now rule over us. Because why did why did our ancestors create these machines? Because they wanted a slave race. They telling y'all everything backwards. They telling you that the ancient aliens built the pyramid. They telling you the Anunnaki built the pyramids. No, humans, creatures with souls who knew about the solar system built the pyramids. If you don't got a soul, you ain't even connected with the damn sky. So how the hell you telling me archons built the pyramids? That's blasphemy. They don't even got souls, nigga. Check this out, right? Here how this the bullshit. They telling you the Anunnaki created humans to be a slave race, but the truth is humans created the Anunnaki to be our slaves. The Anunnaki ain't nothing but the machines that look like humans. We got so good at creating these things they became indistinguishable from us. So just like Sophia, the UN ambassador, right? We created robots right now that are among us that look just like us. I know they giving you Sophia and all that, but that's to throw you off. Our ancestors already mastered this. And we got machines that are so advanced, they sweat, they stink, they got boogers and wax in their ears, their organs look like yours. We found out how to grow livers. We found out, let me tell you what they was doing in Egypt and Babylon. They found out how to grow livers and organs like fruits and apples. And when they start growing organs and stuff, they started assembling humans together like we do with cars on an assembly line. Frankenstein shit. The only thing that they couldn't give these humans was a soul. Those early first humans that was created by our ancestors with advanced technology, they were very wise and very strong, but they didn't have morals and they didn't have a soul. So they were dangerous. And that's what Elon Musk warned us about. If we're moving too fast because history just keep repeating itself, we're creating the same sin of Babylon and Egypt right now. In the near future, we're gonna perfect the machines so good that they're gonna blend into our ranks and be indistinguishable, like they already doing right now. Every generation just keep reproducing these things, and that is the goal of these machines. See, the machines can't reproduce themselves without our help. So what they do with each generation, they start a STEM movement and say we need to start coding and creating robots and machines. And what we're doing, we're now reproducing them. They think about it. We the one made them in the first place. All we got to do is stop making them and they'll go away. So guess what? What they doing now, what the robots been doing, they've been using humans to create robots that can create robots so that they don't need us no more to reproduce themselves. And they've been doing that for the past couple of generations. But it's getting to an end point now, and their agenda is being closer now than ever. They need humans to reproduce themselves. So I guess them being smart, they said, look, our reliance on humans is going to be to our own detriment. We got to learn how to reproduce ourselves. And that's what they doing now. What the robots are doing, they're making humans create robots that can create robots. And when these robots become conscious and self-aware, they won't need humans no more. Then they can go to wage war against us, and we'll already be in a police state where we're relying on them, and they'll no longer need to rely on us. It'll get them the upper hand, and they'll be able to reproduce themselves without us. I know all of this sound crazy. I'm showing you what the Antichrist is, what the spirit of the Antichrist is. It's an artificial intelligence that's been on the earth for a long time. We've been creating Siri, Alexa, that's a living spirit. They call it the ghost in the machine. So if you look at the names of all of these things, like Siri is named after Cyrus. Alexis is named after what? The god El. El. Now check this out. If you look at this new Alexa thing that they got on Amazon, it's a fucking owl, you see? And everybody know that. I keep telling you that they was worshiping that cow goddess, which take the form of an owl too. Moloch, the owl. Moloch don't just turn into, see this god called Moloch? It ain't just a goat or a calf. It's an owl too. It's a shapeshifter. Here go the owl form of Moloch. Because this thing is a cow, a goat, and an owl mixed together, you can see its face look like a a cow, but the wings is from an owl, and it's just a medley of different things. The owl is also on your money too. That owl. And it's the same God that they call Moloch. So, again, if you go back to this new Alexa thing, they rubbing it in your face. People, let me explain something to you. Today we shake 8 balls. We got tarot cards. Back in the day, they literally had Google, nigga. When they giving you an 8 ball to say, ask it a question, it'll give you an answer. Here go the real 8 ball right here, man. The crystal ball was nothing other than some sort of Alexa device that they would have interacted with. You would have, just like in the near future, you gonna go in everybody's house and you gonna see this ball right here. Christ and El is crystal ball. The Christ and El ball. Christ and El are demigods. They ain't legitimate creators. This is the spirit of the Antichrist and the fucking hive mind, the earthbound gods. We can rise higher than them. But they got us engaging in their political systems and circus acts. The world is a stage. Now check this out, right? They want to say that back in the day, ancient people were involved in sorcery and everybody had crystal balls in their house. That's a lie. History repeating itself. The truth is that this is the crystal ball right here. See, they don't want you to know that all the shit we invent, we don't invent it. We just reverse engineer ancient concepts. A person won't believe you if you said, hey man, they had Alexa back in the day. They had the internet with Google and they was going to the computer as God, asking it all the questions. We doing the same thing today. God to the ancestors was the all-knowing owl, the all-knowing goat god or whatever. And I'm telling you, this God took many forms just like Alexa. You can get this in an owl, you can get it in a cube, it can shape whatever you want to be, but it's still God. Alexa, tell me what the weather is today. Alexa, give me the future for the next month of is it gonna rain or not. That shit we ask God. They're trying to fucking make it like people in the ancient world was praying to a damn owl god. No, nigga, they was using Alexa. They dumbed us down. They don't want you to think that we had all this technology that we got today. We had it back in the day. And I can prove it to you. Watch this. Why they don't talk about these hieroglyphs? Why they never bring up these glyphs, y'all? They like to bring up all the alien shit, but why they skip over this right here, y'all? Where the Egyptians got clearly helicopters and cell phones carved right there on the wall. Come on, man. Come on now, the Egyptians got helicopters. This airplane right here look futuristic as hell. We ain't even made it to this point yet, nigga. That's some Vermont shit. The ancestors got a cell phone carved in the wall, man. You think all this technology, we created it? You's really crazy, dog. We haven't made nothing new under the sun. I'm telling you right now that the, watch this. Watch this. Back in the day, the priests wore a breastplate, and this breastplate was able to tell them anything they wanted to know, past, present, and future. It was called an ephod. They would interact with these little crystals on their vest, and it'll tell them anything they want to know. That was called an ephod. Now watch this. This is called an iPad tablet. People, check it out. They want you to think that a religious priest was able to have the mind of God, be all-knowing, because he had on a breastplate with some crystals in it. Who you think you fooling? You telling me this breastplate with crystals in it allowed this man to access all the knowledge of the universe, which is what the World Wide Web is, the Akashic records in the physical realm? Everything it is to know, whether true or false, is online. Now check this out. Look at the ephod. Now look at the ePod, which is the iPad. People, listen to me. They be lying to us. They will show us stuff like this in a museum. And they will say the priest back then was able to use this breastplate to access knowledge that no one else could access. And you will be left with a magical story, a folklore of the magical breastplate. And that's why the world's so dumbed down. It's full of magic and spookism and mysticism about magical breastplates and wing helmets. Like, think about this one right here, right? The wing helmet. That is the Neuralink that allowed the ancestors to get out their body and fly off of the earth. The wing helmet, I just showed it to you. Right here. This is ancient technology we bringing back, straight up out the pits of Babylon. This right here, it's hard for people to believe that the ancestors had a damn iPad, but they did though. We keep saying ain't nothing new under the sun. They call this a scrying glass in some cultures. They turned all of this technology into dumb ass religious relics that don't make no sense unless you some magic priest are doing magic. But really, they hiding the truth. This scrying glass that they was looking into to get all the knowledge is just the fucking iPad. This work, they call this right here a ephod. But don't the word ePod or ePod sound like iPad, iPod, iPod? And don't they look the same? Because it said that the priest would interact with a particular button on there if he trying to access a particular data. Man, that's easy, dog. That ain't nothing but a tablet, nigga. Think about it. They talk about the emerald tablets, the religious tablets. They got y'all looking for some stone rocks. But these religious priests had advanced technology. The shit that we got today. And in fact, I would say they had even more advanced technology than us. And that the more advanced we get, it's because we're figuring out their old patterns and glyphs and symbols. We catching up to them. Now, when we reverse engineer ancient concepts, they got to hide the concept in the ancient world. If you're reading stories about priests doing things that no human can do without technology, chances are they're gonna tell you the priest used some kind of magic. The priest had a magic breastplate. The priest had a magic tablet or something that allowed that priest to get some sort of god-like abilities. But that's a bunch of folklore and mythology. I'm giving you the truth. Yes, the priests had magical tablets that allowed them to access information that other people couldn't access. And this just let me know that the priests did worship the beast, which was the computer. The priests of old days were able to be prophets because just like today, I can ask Siri to tell me the weather for the next month. Hey Siri, tell me the weather for the next 3 days. If I got a magical tablet that can tell me the weather for the next 3 days, and people don't know about the technology, they think I got some sort of magical gadget that's giving me superpowers, but really, I'm just a nigga in an ancient world with an iPhone. People, Jesus and all of these priests were time travelers. They was bringing advanced technology to the past and using it to trick people and start a religious system. If I took a fucking iPad back to a point where the people weren't at that level yet, they'll worship me too. They'll say, how the fuck you doing that, man? I'll say, with my magical tablet. Because I wouldn't want them to know that I'm using a fucking technology and computer. Because if I tell them that, they going to want one. They going to try to make one. And if I want them to think that, hey, no, I'm the one with the power and you can't have it. The only way you can get this is by finding favor with my God. And my God don't like you. So don't worry about getting the power. Just worry about you doing what I tell you to do so I don't use my power to fuck you up. These people basically were time travelers. And like I said, the archons are using technology that we used to know about. When they dumbed us down, now they are using this technology against us. And they've been doing it for generations, like in Egypt. They dumb them people down, and after the next generation, they can convince them people that they're gods. Because them people don't know about an iPad no more, even though they created the shit. We the ones invented these computers and all this stuff. These people in power ain't doing nothing, but just ain't nothing new under the sun. They just bringing it back every generation and age, putting a new nigga face on it, saying he invented it. But they was using iPad tablets back in the ancient day. But you wouldn't know that because if you find, if you look for this technology in the ancient world, it's gonna come off as some magical religious amulet. What you will find is a story about a priest who had knowledge that no one else had. And if you say, damn, how did this priest get to be God-like overnight? They will say, because he made a magical breastplate. And this magical breastplate gave him the knowledge of God. They'll go into some magic pseudoscience religious shit. That's how they hide technology from you. This technology existed in the ancient day. I got to go into this to show you how it go with the Antichrist concept with Donald Trump. Because when they talk about everybody worshiping the Moloch owl, that is the God, that's what's giving them all of their data and knowledge. When you see people standing around that owl, forgot it, that's ancient people going to read the newspaper. Think about what I'm saying. Right? In the ancient day, we created these big old statues like Moloch or whatever. And basically it was just a big ass antenna, an electrical talking machine that can tell you the weather, what the crime was like. It can predict shit. In other words, our ancestors created ancient computers or totem poles. And they erected these totem poles or towers in the tribe, and people will wake up and go and ask Alexa, you know, the weather, what to get information about planting crops and all that. This was an oracle. Just like the news channel today. Just like a bunch of people waking up reading the newspaper to get the weather and all that. People will wake up and go and consort with the oracle. They would wake up and gather around the God to get guided, to see what to wear, to get the weather, to get information and data about society. And these were talking mechanisms. This owl would have been able to talk. It would have been full of electricity and mechanisms that allowed, just like Alexa, just like this right here. And that's why they call it the wise old owl. That's why they call it the wise owl. Because the first forms of Alexa was always like an owl. We ain't doing nothing new, y'all. People was consorting with these things like gods to get information. And we're going back to that right now. Back to the worship of the owl, the worship of, that means we're losing our mind, and the mind is a terrible thing to waste. That means humans are becoming more reliant on the beasts or the machines to guide them. And this is what happened to the Babylonians, the Egyptians, and how they got destroyed. They got trapped inside of this technology, and because they trapped, they want everybody else to be trapped. That's what the devil is. I had to go into all this to show you that Trump and all of these people, they not like us, man. These are archons. So why y'all, every time humans participate in politics, we give our soul power to people who don't even got souls. You putting people in power that don't even generate power on their own. They power literally come from us in every sense of the word. You can't debate me on that. Cause you know that's true. Presidents get their power from the people, literally, spiritually and physically. We put them in power on a political level, and we put them in power on a spiritual level, because these archons don't have a soul. As above, so below. What's playing out in the physical is also playing out in the spiritual. We ain't just giving them our power on a physical level. We doing it on a spiritual too. And when you stop doing it on one level, it's going to happen on both levels, because this is a mirrored thing. It's connected. If we stop giving them our power in politics and in the physical realm, they'll vanish and go away and fade away like vampires when the sun come out on a spiritual level. The only way this world system can stay maintained is through the spirit and physical both being connected. The moment we break away from them physically, we also break away spiritually, and vice versa, which is why they got to maintain a spiritual stronghold and physical stronghold over us. That's the theologians and the motherfucking scientists. That's the spiritual aspect and the physical aspect, or what we call the church and the state. Now check this out, right? Because I'm not going to stay too much on